With breaking news in Fort Smith, where police announced within the last hour they're investigating a deadly shooting. It happened on North 11th Street between Garrison and Grand Avenues. Police confirm one person has died in the shooting, but it didn't provide information about their identity or any information about a suspect. Investigators believe the shooting is an isolated incident with no immediate danger to the public. Well, people in Prairie Grove are speaking out tonight against a proposed concrete mixing plant that they fear might change their community. They're sharing concerns about their small town way of life that they value. 5 News reporter Laura Castleman spoke with some of those neighbors who are voicing their concerns.
That's right, Bo. Residents in Prairie Grove say they're worried about possible impacts to their health, the environment, and traffic if a concrete plant moves in near their homes. In Prairie Grove, a community known for its quiet rhythm now finds itself at a crossroads as residents worry a proposed concrete plant could pour new risks into their health, environment, and daily life.
There's a lot of concern about what happens whenever the stuff leaches into the groundwater.
Like many in Prairie Grove, longtime resident Ashley Hammer says she's not asking for much, just that her voice and the voices of her neighbors be heard above the noise.
Our point is that it doesn't belong in a residential neighborhood. We have a lot of concern about the pollution that will go into that creek.
Everything will run right off into that. And the property line is in that tree line down there, and that's a creek that feeds into the Muddy Fork, which feeds the Illinois River. Very, very frustrated. We feel like our rights, have been violated. We purchased this as our forever home. It's a dream home.
Sheila Phillips' hopes of settling down forever in Prairie Grove now feels like fresh concrete, still shaping, as the proposed plant threatens to change the landscape around her.
We also have residents all up in here. We have bees, we have organic gardeners that are here. It's very densely populated in a half-mile radius.
Phillips says the area around the proposed site is home to about 100 families within a half a mile, and that nearly 95% of the neighborhood is residential.
The cement dust and concrete dust can cause lung cancers, it can cause silicosis, it can cause COPD.
Kimberly Fuller has been a solid representative of Prairie Grove residents.
The immediate citizens here are opposed to this because it is going to affect their health, it is going to affect their well-being and their welfare in their day-to-day life. As Sheila said, that the prevailing winds will blow this into Prairie Grove.
We hope that they will listen to what their constituents are saying and protect the existing zoning, because this is zoned by the county residential agricultural. So we can prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that this is not a suitable location.
Residents plan to attend a special meeting tomorrow night at the Washington County Courthouse at 6 p.m. Well, they'll present a petition with over 1,000 signatures. They're hoping county officials will listen and deny the proposed concrete plant. Laura Castleman, 5 News.
Happening now in Rogers, police are asking for the public's help after a woman with a history of dementia has gone missing. The photo on your screen is the missing woman, 86-year-old Dorothy Glasser. She's been missing since yesterday between around 4 and 6 o'clock. She was last seen near North 22nd Street and Hudson Road at the Murata Senior Living Center. They're asking the public to be extra vigilant and report any possible sightings. And after leading the company for 16 years, the CEO of one of the largest trucking companies in the United States is retiring. 5 News anchor Darren Bobb tells us how she navigated the Fort Smith-based company out of one of the worst recessions in modern history. It's a story you're only going to see on 5 News.
It's a wonderful company filled with 14,000, employees, amazing people across the country.
Judy McReynolds first came to Arkansas Best Freight in 1997. She worked her way through the ranks and became CEO in 2010, which at the time she says was very challenging.
It was January of 2010, and we were in the depths of the Great Recession. And our company, as I walked into it, had the previous year had lost $100 million, had about $1.5 billion in revenue, $100 million loss.
But as chief financial officer, McReynolds says she knew exactly what had to be done to emerge from those losses. They had to take better care of their customers.
What we recognized was we could serve them better if we were a logistics company that offered more than the LTL services that ABF offered. Those were great services, but they weren't fully responsive to the needs that our customers had.
So in 2017, Arkansas Best Freight became ArcBest. ArcBest is the parent company of ABF, along with other trucking firms that were acquired, including Panther Logistics. All those changes and acquisitions, she says, started to pay off a few years later.
In 2022, we had record results, $5 billion in revenue, net profit of nearly $300 million. Such a different time than the Great Recession and what we were encountering there. And again, it was because we had trusted relationships.
McReynolds says the company evolvement over the time she's been the CEO is what makes the company so unique.
One thing that's unique about ArcBest is that we have the logistics solutions, meaning we do full truckload or expedite those solutions, but we also kept the company that was our roots, ABF. And so we have 40,000 pieces of equipment. We've got 240 locations at ABF. And that is very useful when you have complexities and disruption in your environment.
She says she also recognizes how important the company is to Fort Smith and the entire River Valley.
It's really been important for us to stay connected to the community for so many reasons, but one of those reasons being talent resources. So we're very connected to the Fort Smith Public Schools, partner in education. We're very connected to higher education. You know, UA Fort Smith in particular, we've hired over 500 people, from that university into our company. And we think across our company, it's important to be supportive of local initiatives and efforts to better the community. But in Fort Smith, it's just been a joy, I think, and a blessing for us to be able to be so involved.
McReynolds says she's going to miss the day-to-day operations.
It really has been inspiring to me to see what the work our people can do. And I'll miss that for sure, but I'm going to continue as chairman of the board, so I will still have an involvement. It'll just be, in a different way.
In Fort Smith, covering news where you live, I'm Darren Bobb, 5 News.
McReynolds' last day will be December 31st. Company president Seth Runzer will take over CEO duties on January 1st. Well, someone could be celebrating Christmas as America's newest millionaire. Not one got all the numbers right in last night's Powerball, so now the jackpot for tomorrow's drawing will be an estimated $1.6 billion with a B dollars. Almost enough to cover my Christmas purchases this year. It's the 5th largest jackpot ever, but still about $500 million short of the largest jackpot ever, which happened in 2022. The odds of winning tomorrow's grand prize are 1 in 292.2 million.